Hey, it is Taylor Bridges. Thank you so much for tuning back into my channel. I am back with another review specifically for Harlem Season 2, Episode 7. The episode is titled Fall Back to Rumspringa Forward. Right? The episode was super colorful and cute. I really like this episode. Camille gets back home at 1:30 in the morning after being in James's bed. I already said I expected her to do something stupid with him because she can't control herself. She self-sabotages effortlessly. Camille, it's not that difficult to not F around with your ex when you have a boyfriend. It's really not that hard. But Camille doesn't think things through in the moment. She just mindlessly does things and deals with the effects of things after the fact. It's sad and she needs to grow up. I love me some Ty. Love me some Ty. Ty's a hot mess too. But she has it together the best out of all the women, I think. And I can definitely relate to Ty. She's super cool. She's so beautiful. I always feel like a little kid marveling when I see Ty. I can't stop staring at her when she's on my screen. She's so beautiful. She's infectious. She's acting, yes, but her aura just really transcends through the screen. Just a beautiful woman. The ladies arrive in Puerto Rico. All of the ladies look a bomb. But we already know Angie shut it all the way down. She's already getting a sexual vibe just off the van. It's like, again, do people really operate like that? At every turn is something sexual to partake in. I really hope she doesn't end up having nasty, unprotected sex in PR. Because no, ma'am. I really want her to consider Mike, but I don't know or remember if that's her official man yet. Because that's how dudes get you. They don't outright ask you to be their woman, but they move like they're your man. But that's not good enough, because that's how you end up in a situationship. And that's how you end up with a dude that's still technically out there dating. And the moment you get too comfortable, he's going to remind you that you're not his girlfriend. So until Mike officially asks and makes it abundantly clear that they are in an exclusive relationship, do you, Angie? But there is a chance he asked her to be his girlfriend or woman, and I don't remember. I can't remember. It's been a long week for me, y'all. I'm sorry. I don't remember. He might have done it. And so far from his character, I want to give him the benefit of the doubt, but I can't remember if he did or not. And I'm like, if you haven't, then no, she does not need to behave like your girlfriend. Most times you don't win like that. Like, no, thank you. I hope this season or even next season, they get into why Angie is hypersexual. It may be rooted in trauma, or it could be the complete opposite. But I do want to know. I want to explore that. Ty showing the guys her boobs was super cute. Ty is here for a good time only. I'm like, that's my vibe. Let's do shots. Let's have fun. All this sulking and being boring ain't gonna cut it, unless we went down there to just totally relax. But if we turn it up to get our groove back and have a girls trip, then that's what we need to be doing. Quinn runs into an old flame, Keith, on the beach, and they meet up for dinner later. Her purple top at dinner, gorgeous. The ambiance of the dinner was beautiful as well. Pardon me. I was looking at Keith like, this dude looks super familiar. And it dawned on me, that's her husband in real life. That was so cute. It was so freaking cute. I could have cried. I love. So it's like you and your spouse doing what y'all love. Y'all getting a coin together. Y'all able to practice together and spend time together while working. That's super cute. It was seriously heartwarming. It might be corny, but I really like that kind of stuff. Like, it made me want to go tell my man, like, let you go be an actor and I'm gonna be an actress. If we can go act in movies and shows together. And yes, he already has a love interest, me. He already got an actress right here. All the sex scenes, kissing scenes, romantic scenes, built-in love interest right here. Okay. I'm loving Quinn having this moment with her college ex. But in reality of the show, and in real life, it'd be too quick if she were to jump into anything with him, since she's literally going through a bit of a depression and she needs to ground and center herself. Pardon me, I don't know why I keep yawning. I am tired, but I don't know why I keep yawning necessarily. I'm not sleepy necessarily, but she needs to ground and center herself. She does not need to jump into anything with any dude. But also in reality, most of us don't pass up reconnecting with a fine man or a woman from our past just because we're down and out. Like, it sounds crazy, but it's true. A little depression don't hurt. Don't stop no show. I'm so serious. It seems like that. It's not cool. It's funny, but it's not funny. But that's really how like our generation works. Like, a little depression don't hurt nobody. People be depressed in the club. Shots, please. Shots for everybody. They don't care. So I'm judging Quinn, but I'm like, girl, you just doing what most people do anyway. But Quinn especially has to be careful because she's impressionable AF. And she falls super hard and she misses all the red flags in the beginning. Like the morning after from the day, she's all excited and she's giddy about their dinner, and she should be. The dinner was a success, but that encounter doesn't put you back where you need to be mentally and emotionally. And if Quinn misses that, she's going to get herself hurt even more. In a perfect world, in my mind, it would be, hey, y'all, hey, girls, that dinner was bomb. He was bomb. Maybe we'll keep in touch this go round. We'll see what happens. But in the meantime, I'm focusing on me, my mental health, getting my mind in the proper space. Like, Quinn still has so much work to do as it pertains to self. She needs to better understand herself. She needs to like her own company enough to be okay when she's not coupled up. And she needs to solidify her self-love. All before being in a relationship with somebody else. It's literally why the relationships have failed. All of her relationships with others are going to continue to fail each time because she doesn't recognize and love herself. Ty literally thinks that they're youngins. They're the same. She thinks they're the same youngins they were the last time they were in Puerto Rico. And see, that's what I cannot do. I don't turn up how I did when I was 21. I have way more fun, but it's just different. Like, I don't need shots necessarily. But like, if we do a wine tasting, I could finish the glass as opposed to just tasting it. That's my kind of turn up. But now Ty's behind us out looking for Coke. And I'm not hating on her. Enjoy yourself. But sis, you are the auntie in the building. Angie couldn't have all this wild vacation sex because of her feelings for Mike. And I'm actually happy for her. Angie is reaching a more stable period in her life. The career, she got the housing, and now she got this good man. She has a good trifecta going. And I'm really rooting for her. And I want her to see this through, and I want her to bask in it. Please, Angie, do not self-sabotage how Camille does. Camille would have literally tripped and fell on her penis by now if she was in Angie's shoes. Angie's on the roof of the club trying to FaceTime Mike and get a little sexy time in. Then this helicopter police starts hovering and harassing and causing a scene. What a buzzkill. But when she walks into the club, these black ladies warn her that they're out here snatching back girls and one is missing. And it turns out one of the missing girls was Angie. And it could seem extreme that the friends called the police. But if your friend isn't answering for an hour, and all the effery that occurs to black women while on vacation, and we're in foreign territory, and the signal is low, yeah, so answer the phone when I call, and we won't have an issue. Answer the phone, sis. Answer the phone. Or better yet, stay with me. Ty's drunk behind runs into these young guys and asks them for drugs. And the dude is like, you need to grow up, ma'am. And I'm like, yes, you're a whole ma'am now, Ty. Sit your behind down. All that clubbing and partying is a young gal's game. Okay. Plant lady FaceTimes Ty needing her help with the computer because she don't know what to do. And I already told y'all, Ty's love interest was going to be this plant lady. They're going to build it up, but that's what's about to happen. While Camille and Angie are getting a little food, they encounter a woman who's a part of a commune of mothers. They raise their children together, they live together, etc. They're a family. So Camille seizes this opportunity by securing an interview with the family the following day. The lady also informs them that there's some like midnight cleansing ritual that's happening on the beach. So Camille notifies the whole group to be in attendance at midnight. And I'm like, cleansing and healing is definitely up my alley while I'm on a beach vacation. And they all need it. All the characters, all the girls need it. So I know it'll be powerful. Angie is the person who called Quinn's mother on the trip due to her being worried about Quinn. And firstly, what a friend Angie is. To see past a friend's fake smile and the front they're putting up, knowing that they're really hurting inside, that's an attentive friend to begin with. Then to have enough concern to not make it necessarily a topic of gossip, right, for the group, but to really call a helpful resource like her mother that really has her best interest at heart. Her mom is here. Her mom is already privy to what's going on with Quinn, because the mom's husband, Quinn's dad, has depression as well, and he got it from his mom. It's genetic, and he takes medication for it. And I think, again, this is another great conversation being shown on Harlem. To know something like depression is or can be genetic, and then to know whether your parents dealt with it, can really help somebody get to the bottom of themselves and not feel like a weirdo or a loser or an inadequate. It can really help them get the tools to really understand themselves better. I believe so. Like to know the very people, the very people you look up to, you uphold, you revere, have felt the same feelings you felt when depressed. That can be really encouraging to somebody. It can make somebody feel seen or heard. It can really show a light at the end of the tunnel for somebody. And I'm thinking, that's dope. Like, wow, that person that you revere has experienced those feelings too, but they take their medication, they go to therapy, they show up as best as they can, they give themselves and others grace, and so on. And you can do it too. Quinn's mom is way cooler and way more observant than Quinn gives her credit for. Quinn gives her dad a lot of credit, and that's awesome, but her mom has shown so much interest in her daughter's life. And yes, that can be overbearing at times, right? The mama is definitely overbearing at times, last season and this one. But truthfully speaking, we have to enjoy that while it's here. We have to enjoy all the kisses and the hugs and the lectures and the annoying ways and all that stuff, because once your parent is gone, that's it. No one will fill that void. No one will have that same wisdom and advice like your parent. That advice you do not want to hear, but is truly given with your best interests at heart. Somebody who saw you from the get, when you didn't see yourself, when you couldn't do anything for yourself as a baby. Somebody who saw you, who knows you, who knows your every tick, your mannerism, everything. When you think you growing and changing, they've seen you change. They saw you from 2 months to 3 years old. Oh, the changes you've made. From 3 years old to 14. Oh, the changes you made. 14 to 21. 21 to 35. Man, that unconditional love. No matter who you show up as in the world, you're still that baby. You don't do any wrong. A mother's love. A father's love. I'm raised by my nana, so, my grandma's love. It's truly something. So it's like, I know Quinn's mom has been annoying, but in that moment, the way she showed up for her, man, we got to hold on to our parents. They're annoying AF, but one day we going to be those people too. But once our parents leave, and I'm not saying we lost, but they don't come back. And nobody fills that void. Nobody does it like them. Camille is confiding in Angie that she slept with Jameson. Just literally. And we finally get a play-by-play of what happened. They were literally chilling in his room, working on the research. And I'm thinking, is this a studio apartment or are they just working in his room? Because that's weird. Unless it's a studio, y'all could have found a Starbucks to kick it at. Because his room, why y'all, it must be a studio. He's feeling pitiful, saying the grand people didn't want him and Camille didn't want him, so now he's feeling less confident. Blah, blah, blah. She's moved on. Jameson let it go. Camille grabs his hand, telling him how great he is and whatnot. They agree to take a power nap. Fine. But why isn't somebody on the couch? Why is the power nap between friends, so the first instinct is to get back in bed like y'all did when y'all were together? Camille, I'm giving you some grace. I'm giving her a little bit because I've definitely been in situations that look bad, but nothing actually happened. Even this scenario where Even this exact scenario that Camille's dealing with, where we slept, like a guy and I have slept in the same bed, but nothing happened. Like he slept at the foot of the bed, on top of the covers. It was an emergency situation where I couldn't get home at all, but I do get it. Like, just like I realized in the moment, Camille has to do the same. She has to stop putting herself in bad optics situations. This way, it minimizes the effery. You have to be way more responsible than that. It doesn't matter. How does it look? It looks bad, it's a problem. Don't do anything you wouldn't want your partner doing. And consider that there isn't always time and understanding for the context. You were in his bed. That may be all somebody needs to know. Because it can be deemed inappropriate. You weren't forced into his bed. You made a choice. A poor one. Even if it is harmless, there's no scenario in which I want my man telling me he slept in the bed with another woman, let alone his ex, that he's supposed to be working on a research project with. No way, no how. I don't give a damn what's what. No, thank you. No. But admittedly, Camille did much less than I accused her of. So I'll give her that, because I definitely expected her to wild out in Jameson's apartment. But in typical Camille fashion, she's most likely going to go about this situation terribly. She's already lied to him about what happened. So Camille is worried about not being able to give Ian the family he desires and or could have had with Mira. And this is why she and Ian needed to date and work back up to a serious relationship, because they don't know each other. They don't know what the other person wants. Angie instructs Camille not to tell Ian. If I were Camille's friend, I'd give her the same advice. Especially with somebody like Camille. Camille would definitely make things worse. She'd try to tell the truth and still end up lying or not being believable or something, because she's just a hot mess. So I'd say she should not tell Ian, and she should get her stuff together right away. Just don't make any more mistakes. Please. Don't tell him, but don't make any more. Please. Tell Ian about the kid situation. That's more dire. Right now. They've made it all to the beach for the cleansing ceremony. Ceremonies like this can be corny to watch, like for reality shows. But if you're partaking in it with people who also take that kind of moment seriously, this can truly achieve what it's meant to. I love the symbolism of walking backwards in the ocean, cleansing yourself, then walking forward while anew and cleansed. I love that. The whole episode I loved. I cried twice. Great job, Harlem. Thank you so much to you for tuning in and giving me your attention and time. And I'll catch you for the next episode. All right. Bye-bye.